Parshat Bamidbar. This year is dedicated to the memory of Rachalaya Bas Rav Chaim Tzvi. We've just started a new sefer, a new book, Bamidbar, and this week we will be discussing the exchange of the Leviim, the Levites, and the Bechorot, the firstborn of Israel. Now, before we begin discussing the exchange, how exactly were they exchanged, what ceremony took place in the desert, why did this exchange take place, I want us to talk about what exactly is the job of the Leviim in the Mishkan, in the tabernacle. What are they supposed to do? What is their role? So turn to chapter 3 in Bamidbar, Numbers, verse 5. Vaydaber Hashem al Moshe lemar, and God spoke to Moshe, saying, Hakrevet matei Levi, bring close the tribe of Levi, V'he'amadata oto l'fnei Aaron hakohen, and stand him before Aaron, the priest, V'shartu oto, and they will serve him. So the first job of the Levi is to serve Aaron. Now what does that mean, that they're supposed to serve Aaron? Does that mean that since Aaron is a Kohen Gadol, he's the high priest, part of the position is that he gets a whole tribe of servants to do whatever he needs, take out his garbage, clean his house? Is that what it means to serve Aaron? Well, let's see what the next verse says. V'shamru et mishmarto, and they will safeguard his charge. V'et mishmaret kol ha'ida l'fnei oel moed, and the charge of the entire congregation before the tent of meeting, which is the tabernacle, the Mishkan, la'avod et avodat ha-mishkan, to do the work of Mishkan, to fulfill the service of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle. So already from verse 7, we get the idea that to serve Aaron doesn't exactly mean to just be his servant. It means something different. It's related to the service of the tabernacle. And that's what Rashi says. Look at Rashi, verse 6. Vishartu oto, and they will serve him. And Rashi asks, Uma hashirut, what is this service? Vishamru et mishmarto, they will safeguard the charge. Rashi says, we have two things that are equal. Service of Aharon, the high priest, the Kohen Gadol, and safeguarding the charge of the nation, of Aharon and of the nation. So, what is this charge that they are supposed to safeguard? Again, how do they serve him? I still don't know what it means to safeguard the charge of Aharon. So Rashi explains. Aaron is obligated to protect, to safeguard the temple and ensure that a stranger does not enter the temple. As it says, you and your sons and your father's house with you will carry the sin of the temple. And these Levites, they help him. Zu hi hashirut. This is the service. So again, what is the service of the Leviim? The Leviim help the Kohanim fulfill specific obligations. Which obligation? Rashi says here, the obligation of safeguarding the temple. Someone who is not a Kohen or a Levi, a regular Israelite, is not allowed to enter into the Mishkan, into the tabernacle. So what Aaron's job was, or the Kohanim's job, and with the Leviim helping them, is to ensure that the wrong people, those who are forbidden, do not enter the temple. But only those who are permitted enter the temple. This is the service. Again, the service of the Leviim is not to be Aaron's servant, but rather to be his servant in the sense of helping him fulfill certain functions in the service of the temple. And Rashi says specifically the function they're supposed to help him fulfill is that of ensuring that those who are forbidden, a non-Levi or Kohen, an Israelite, does not enter into the tabernacle, into the Mishkan. Now part of what Rashi is based on is the last verse in this paragraph. If you skip ahead to verse 10, we're told that Aaron ve'et banav tifkod v'shamru et kohanatam. You should appoint Aaron and his sons, and they should protect, safeguard their priesthood. V'hasar hakarev yumat. The stranger who comes close will die. So in this in this paragraph, which is, the whole paragraph talks about the job of the Levium. At the very end, we have a verse which does not refer to the job of the Levium, rather it refers to one of the jobs of the Kohanim, of ensuring that a stranger, a non-Kohen or Levi, does not enter the Mishkan. So Rashi says, why is this put here? Because this is part of the job of the Levi. The Levi is supposed to help the Kohen and make sure that, again, those who are not supposed to enter, do not. Now, let's continue with a few other explanations as to what does it mean to serve Aharon and to safeguard the charge. But before we continue, let's go to the next verse, which seems very similar to verse 7.